When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
So hello again, and this week I'm going to show you how to make a lasagna. Now this is due to popular demand because I get so many emails from people wanting to know how to make a lasagna. So this is going to be a very simple, a very easy lasagna. You can kind of add things in if you want to. Now, obviously it's not going to be a 10-minute recipe, but I am going to show you a couple of cheats on how to save some time. Because there are 3 parts to making a lasagna, I think. There's making the meat sauce, making the white sauce, and then the third part is just assembling it all together and popping it in the oven. So for my lasagnas, I always use 2 different types of meat. So I've got 250 grams of minced steak in there, beef steak, and I've got 250 grams of minced pork. So it's a beef and pork mixture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera over and show you all the other ingredients. I've got just a chopped onion, 2 cloves of garlic, some herbs. I've got some parsley, some thyme, and I've got dried oregano because I couldn't find any fresh oregano. And obviously some tomatoes are going in. And that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to heat a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in a pan. Okay, that's about 2 tablespoons worth maybe in there. Right, now we're going to add the onions. Add your chopped onion up. Ooh. A bit hot. Next you want to add the garlic. Okay, now I'm going to add some thyme going in there, some parsley, and a teaspoon of oregano. Easy up. Okay. The stick of thyme you can take out at the end, so don't worry about that. Okay. We'll leave that for a few minutes. Now I'm going to add the mince. Put that in. And the pork. So beef and pork going in. So if you can see in there now, you can see so clearly, the meat has turned brown. Now that is when you can start adding the last few ingredients. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And I'm going to add this, basically it's sieved tomatoes. It's called passata. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there it is. Passata. This is just basically like pureed up tomatoes. So I'm going to add half of that in. Oh, half of that big jar, which is about 350 grams. Now I've got some tomato puree as well, so I'm just going to add in about half of that tin. That's about 2 teaspoons. Okay, I'm also going to add about 250 mils of water. Okay, so while your meat sauce is cooking, you can make your white sauce. Now this is where I'm going to cheat a little bit because I do normally make like a bechamel sauce, which is like a proper white sauce with the flour. But for the 10-minute style quick and easy recipes, I'm not going to do that. So I've got 500 grams of ricotta cheese in this bowl there. And to that I'm going to add 1 egg. And I'm going to add a little bit of chopped parsley, just because I had some lying around. That can also go in. And I've got 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese going in. 2 big tablespoons. And also I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of milk in. 2, just for a bit of consistency. Also a little pinch of salt is going to go in there. And that is your cheese sauce. Woo, that was quick. There's your meat sauce. It's kind of reduced down a bit now and it's quite thick. And so I'm going to add the last couple of secret ingredients to this. Now I'm actually going to add a teaspoon of sugar. And basically this is to take the sharpness and the edge off the tomatoes, because when you have a really tomatoey sauce, it can be a little bit sharp. Now I'm also going to add in 2 dessert spoonfuls of milk. This, you're probably also wondering, this is probably a bit strange, but again, this is to take the sharpness away from the tomatoes. So you just, towards the end of its cooking time, you just stir that in. Okay, so now you have everything ready. You've got your white sauce and your meat sauce. You can now assemble it all together and pop it in the oven. So you're just going to need a big oven-proof dish like this, and you need to preheat your oven to about gas mark 4, which is 180 degrees C. So put your oven on before you start doing it. I'm using fresh lasagna sheets for my lasagna. Now you can use the dry sheets if you want, or in America, I know that they're called lasagna noodles. Yeah, noodles. We don't call them that over here, we just call them lasagna sheets. It's a bit boring really. So, I'm using fresh because it kind of takes less time to cook. Now you can use the dry sheets if you want to, but what I would do is either soak them a bit first in hot water so that they become a bit softer, or you can just add, if you have kind of like, if you add more water to your meat sauce, then the dry sheets would cook in like the juices and make it go soft. So you just want to make sure that the actual pasta sheets are soft when you eat it. Okay, so I've put some meat sauce in there. You just need enough to cover the bottom really. So kind of spread it all around. Alright, then you get your lasagna sheet and you pop it in. Or your lasagna noodle, whatever you fancy calling it. Now the good thing with lasagna sheets, if you get a clean pair of scissors, you can just cut it to fit. It's marvellous. So I'm just going to fill up all the gaps. Now I forgot to add something actually to my white sauce, which is a little bit of fresh nutmeg. So I'm just going to grate some fresh nutmeg in there. So I just put a little sprinkle of nutmeg into my white sauce. Now we're just going to put some dollops over the top like that. Just dollop it around evenly. Okay. Now you can give it a spread if you like. Don't have to do this, but I like making my things look nice. Okay, and now on top of that, we're going to do some more meat. So just pop your meat on. Try and put it around evenly. And you just keep going until, just keep going. So I'm going to spread that all out. A bit more. The last bit of meat sauce out there. Okay. Just spread that on the top. Keep layering it, and then I put the meat sauce went on last, and then all I did was put some mozzarella, some grated mozzarella, sprinkle that on top. I put a little bit of Parmesan as well, which I might put a little bit more of on, and maybe put a little bit more mozzarella, and that is it. What we have to do is pop it into the oven, which you've preheated for about, let's have a look, probably about half an hour, 40 minutes. You don't want to leave it in too long in case it gets dry. Okay, so this is kind of what it should look like when it's ready, nicely browned on top. And okay, so here we have it, just out from the oven, my freshly baked lasagna. I hope you find the recipe helpful and easy and simple to do. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella.